Okay. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today together on the topic of bundling, how to scale your sales. Brought to you by ShopToIt. ShopToIt, in a nutshell, helps agencies get more traffic for small business customers with automated Google Ad solutions to help you quickly scale. Let me click. All right, my name is Jeanne Cummings. I'm here in San Diego and I'm joined by Scott Sanderson, founder and CEO of ShopToIt. He's in Calgary, Canada. And it occurred to me to share, I don't know if any of you realize, but Calgary is just 7 hours straight drive west from Vendasta's head office in Saskatoon. 7 hours if you don't drive into any tumbleweed, of course, for those of you who don't know the prairies very well. Scott is going to, I thought I'd get more last, Scott chuckles. Scott is going to take 14 minutes and share a technology update with you, pretty exciting one. So I'm also going to share a short recap from our last webinar, which was on the benefits of leading with traffic. And in that webinar, we did bring up the idea of bundling. And so this is a continuation. We did get a lot of requests to talk about this topic. And then he'll get into how to choose the products to bundle, the advantages of bundling, and then options to help your customers self-serve. Really great practice for agencies to be able to offer automated solutions for their small business customers to really scale your agency and give you a return on your time. So with Scott, and then following that, we'll have 14 minutes of questions, comments, and some dialogue. So thank you. With that, take it away, Scott.
Okay, yeah, quick update. So when you build a product for people like yourselves, like for resellers, you're constantly trying to guess what you might want, how you might want it to work. And then you bring something to market, we call it a minimum viable product, and then you listen, and adapt. So we listen, and adapt. And the first big adaptation is realizing that we need to make our back end white labelable so you can share the dashboard with your customer. So now in the ShopToIt backend, you can quickly and easily just upload your logo. You can find that in account settings on the left rail there. Upload your logo, and the dashboard now takes on your brand look and feel. So it has your name in the top. This is your customer's view of logging into the dashboard. Has the name in the top. There's an animation in here, Jean, if you want to hit next. And you can with confidence know that when they log in, there's no reference to ShopToIt or to Vendasta, so now you can do that. And then we enhanced some of the things in our dashboard to help you guys with upgrades. So one of the things that we enhanced and added is pulling what's called percentage of impression share. And just really quick, you can see with this campaign, and the Customer Social Jack, this campaign is eligible to be seen 5% of the time based on its low budget. So you can go into a customer and say, look, we're driving traffic to you, but you're only being shown 5% of the time. There's an awful lot of runway, all things being the same target area, same keywords, same bid structure, just an increased monthly budget. So that's one of the things that we added in there and put in there. Also, we've created a report that you can now run on behalf of your agency and share with your customer, or if they're in there, they can pull it themselves. So maybe you're doing the work for a marketing person inside a company, and he or she needs to share it with his or her boss. Well, they can run a report on the ad campaign. We stick the partners, this is you, logo into everything. There's no reference to ShopToIt. And we're open to changes, modifications that you feel might be useful to this. But right now, I think we've done a really good job. This is Jean's team at going out and saying, how do we give you like an upgrade sales doc to explain to them what they're getting and what they could be getting? So those are the big updates for us. So hopefully that's helpful. And always when you think of us, we are here to help you. So let us know what we got to do. If you have suggestions, we're all ears. Okay, just quickly, Our last webinar was talking about a different tactical approach to getting an account, and it's called leading with traffic. So we see there's two approaches. One is what we call front loading. Front loading is you really need to invest in your website and in your digital presence before we drive traffic. And leading with traffic puts that upside down. It says, no, why don't we just let me prove to you cost effectively that we can drive traffic to you now, and then circle back and upgrade you with all of those good things, content creation, social media marketing, website design after. So when we talked about that, I'll just share with you our opinion on the benefits. And there's really two types of benefits here. One is a salesperson or anybody can just close more deals. When you lower the price barrier and you lower the risk barrier, you can ask that customer for an order like on the phone. Let's start with this, and you can get going tomorrow. Instead of, why don't you let me do a proposal for you, get back to you. You're now in a very competitive or risky environment. So it's risky for you as the seller, and it's risky for the client, because the client is now being asked to front load, to invest in advance of seeing any results. So it can be a challenge. It works a lot of the times. It's how we've all been trained to do it, but I think sometimes you can switch it around. And if you do switch it around and start with traffic, start with a bundle that gives them a high value proposition. You can, and we'll share what the products are that we think you should bundle, but they're just ideas. And then you can start to prove that you've delivered or are delivering traffic and that it's worth them investing in it. You now become the trusted and proven provider, which means your upgrades are far easier and there's way less competitive pressure because you're their trusted advisor. They tend to not shop you as much. So those are the benefits of that. And we kind of left you hanging saying, okay, so good luck. So now you need to go build a bundle. And I'm going to tell you that we have limited knowledge of how to use the Vendasta platform. We're a vendor into it, but we've taken the time to try and make it easier to get you guys started with bundling. And trust me, bundling is really just, it reduces churn, it changes the dialogue, it makes it faster. There's just a lot of reasons to bundle. So what would you put in a bundle? Well, we took a stab at saying, for sure you should have Google Ads for small business in your bundle, right? Now, why you should do that is because everything else takes time to drive traffic. You know, I think you need to have a reputation management solution in there so that you're managing how they will rank and be shown in Google My Business. And I'll come back to another, how it all works together in terms of alerting the client. I really believe Listings Builder gets them started. So these are the product-led growth products from Vendasta, meaning very, very inexpensive, if not free, depending on what kind of an account you have. But giving somebody something for free is not the answer, in our opinion. Giving somebody that drives traffic changes how that client's going to interact with you. Like, they don't care if it's free. What they care about is, does it work? Is it effective? And if you wait for listings and reputation and social and voice to start to work, it might outlast the free period. So you make no money and you lose a customer, and you do the opposite. You decrease trust because they look at it and say, well, that didn't work. So we really feel that by taking some of these product-led growth solutions, adding Google Ads for small business, right, you can actually start to prove traffic. I mean, we deliver traffic. And when they start to get traffic, all of a sudden you want them to see the executive report. You want them to be touched every 7 days by that platform saying, look, it's working. Look, it's working. And the whole concept and idea is designed to say, when they say, but I don't have conversions, you say, aha, we should talk about your website. So when you switch it around with traffic, you end up, they ask you to sell them. It's a different deal altogether. So what we did inside of Vendasta is we've created a recommended bundle. Now the bundle is called the Google Starter Bundle. It includes the customer voice, Lite, social marketing Lite, website Lite, listings builder Lite, reputation management Lite, and Google Ads for small businesses. The suggested retail price is $199, and we see it marked up to $399 all day long. So that's $100 in profit for you just by saying, go in and get it yourself, Mr. Customer, and then we will talk to you after a while. So you can do hundreds, if not thousands of accounts and turn them on with reckless abandon, because it always, 95% of the time it works. We have had accounts that are rejected by Google. We have had accounts that are like, well, there's not enough people that you're trying to target, so there's not enough search. But we find that out pretty fast, and we do what we can to help. So let's just talk about the advantages of bundling. The advantages of bundling is about churn, right? So you can, if you add an ad campaign to any bundle of products, you're going to get instant traffic or immediate traffic, and that changes the positioning for you. But when you turn on ads as like a separate thing, you end up opening the door to scrutiny of the ads. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Am I getting a high return? Am I getting a high return? Everybody wants a high return. And anybody who's ever bought an ad, whether it was TV or print or billboard, has always asked the same question, right? Prove to me that radio works. Well, hang on. I mean, it takes some time, and it doesn't work necessarily in the moment, but boy, it sure works in terms of increasing your brand exposure and getting qualified people aware of you that are actively in the market for what you sell. But the real trick is the churn. When you add a little bit of social, when you add a little bit of listings, so the listings light gives you Google My Business, Facebook, which is 90% of the ecosystem, and Instagram and Twitter, they start to see that, oh, gee, you're actually doing work, because all of a sudden they're connected. All of a sudden you're getting citations. All of a sudden you have impressions from ads. All of a sudden you have visitors to the website from ads as those tools start to build over time. And then when you turn on reputation management, it's like it's in those 4 main platforms again. It's telling your client, alerting them, hey, you just got a review. And maybe you're using customer voice and maybe you're not, to try and help them get reviews, but getting reviews helps them rank higher in Google My Business. It's like this whole, you can just outsource all the basics to your agency and never have to think about it. And they all work in conjunction, making sure that there's a continual and perpetual stream of new customers that are getting to that website, right? And engaging with that business. Fast, easy, and affordable. So it's churn. When they look at all that, it's like firing you for any one thing. Hey, I don't like the website. I'm not getting enough return on ads. I don't think social media posting is working. Those are all easy to do. But when you wrap it all together and say, okay, well, now live without this bundle, that's a harder thing to do. So it's undeniably proven that bundling reduces churn. And that's the #1 reason why bundling, I think, works for your business. But I think bundling makes it easier for your customer to adopt. I've seen so many marketplaces that have been turned public, and the public storefront has 40 options. I'm a small business owner. I don't know what I should be buying. I would say grab 3 bundles, make them dead simple, promote those in a public storefront so customers can actually sign up themselves. Like, imagine you just get a statement from Vendasta saying you just got a new customer and they've paid you in advance, right? And the 2 days, the money's in your bank. I mean, that's the world we all want to have a part of our agencies built on. So make it easy for them to buy. They are working and looking for these things Saturday, 7 in the morning, right? Don't make them book an appointment or just let them buy, right? They know they want new customers. They're prepared to, because the risk is low and the price is low, give you a shot at proving you can do that. Make your stores public. And I think the other thing is to make it easy. So there's direct widgets, and your Vendasta rep is there to help you with all of this. But creating a direct widget directly from your site, that customer can buy this product, right? They have to create an account, but then when they log in, it pops up and it says, get your credit card out and buy this bundle. It's called the Google Starter Kit. It manages everything for you, right? It's $3.99, $4.50, whatever that number is, right? And I'll let them go. And then you're going to start to see the results. So you see results in 7 days. The data is now in the executive report. And I encourage you to use the executive report from Vendasta to eliminate those calls, the calls that we all hate, which is, I'm making $100 a month off of you, Mr. Customer. I can't spend hours babysitting you, but here's how I can answer your questions in advance. This is what's been done. This is what the traffic is doing. You can see it whenever you want. And then, of course, now that we've white labeled the interface on our back end, you can let them from Business Center go directly into our, what we call Merchant Center. Everyone has a center. And you can see under the guise of your brand, what's actually going on. Now that's updated daily, where the executive information from Vendasta is updated on a weekly cycle. So they can go anytime, see it. So let them see the results. It's the results that sell. It's the foundation of the whole thing, right? And then have an upgrade plan, right? Make it easy for them to say, I trust you, you're doing this, how do I get more? We've tried to add that in the form of impression share so you can see where we can go from an ads perspective. And like small budget campaigns have small impression shares, but they can grow to bigger impression shares. But there's all kinds of things. You might specialize in building websites. This is a gateway to a website conversation. You might specialize in content. This is a gateway to content, but you're doing it from we have a consistent run right now where we always deliver, Mr. Customer, X amount of impressions and clicks to your business through a combination of search engine optimization, listings management, and ads. So that's the bulk of what I wanted to share with you. Just trust me, like, you have no reason not to try it, and it works.